Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into something that honestly feels straight out of a sci-fi movie, but is actually rapidly becoming our everyday reality. We're unpacking the chilling yet absolutely fascinating Self Harmonization Theory. Developed by Farzin Forouzani and Professor Phil Reed, this theory completely changes how we think about our devices. We're going to break down exactly how modern tech interacts with the very deepest layers of our human identity. Because, well, your phone might actually know your secrets a whole lot better than you do.
So I want you to imagine waking up tomorrow morning to find out that someone knows you better than your absolute closest friend, better than your partner. Honestly, maybe even better than you know yourself. This invisible observer is just constantly watching every single click you make, quietly logging data points you didn't even realize you were leaving behind.
But it goes way beyond just clicking, right? They notice every pause. Every single time you hover your thumb over an image but don't quite tap it, every moment of hesitation before you type a response. It's that tiny fraction of a second you linger on a targeted ad before finally scrolling past. They are learning about you relentlessly, picking up on micro behaviors you don't even know you have. Every scroll through a feed, every video you let loop a second time, every late-night rabbit hole you fall down online is teaching artificial intelligence something completely new about you. And the really wild part? You're doing this without even thinking about it. Day after day, you are just freely handing over puzzle pieces of your own personality. Okay, so let's get right to the heart of this. Is AI actually starting to understand you better than you understand yourself? The question really isn't whether these systems are getting smarter anymore. That's a given. The real question is whether they have completely mapped out the architecture of your inner world. Let's move into Section 1, the invisible observer. There is a massive fundamental difference between how humans know us and how machines know us. Think about it. For all of history, your parents or your friends knew you by listening to your stories, remembering your best moments, your conscious actions. But AI memory? It's totally different. It tracks the invisible stuff, the messages you draft and then delete, the videos you secretly replay, and those highly anxious questions you type into a search bar at 2 a.m. when nobody else is watching. It literally sees the things you actively hide from the rest of the world. And this leads us to a pretty profound dilemma. Imagine your phone tweaks the content it recommends right before you even consciously realize you're feeling anxious, or it suggests an old friend to message before you even recognize you're feeling a bit lonely. When algorithms anticipate your needs that perfectly, you really have to wonder, is AI simply predicting your future, or is it quietly helping to create it by guiding you down a completely predetermined path? All right, moving on to Section 2, the three human selves. To really unpack this, according to Forouzani and Professor Reed, the human self isn't just one solid block. It's actually broken down into three distinct but connected parts: the bodily self, the expressive self, and the reflective self. Let's look at how technology has managed to infiltrate each one of these unique layers of who we are. First up, we have the bodily self. This is the part of our identity rooted right here in the physical world. It learns through movement, our sleep cycles, our stress responses. Today, our smartwatches and phones constantly monitor this bodily self. They're recognizing subtle changes in our heart rate, our steps, our sleep quality. Actually, algorithms can often tell you're getting sick or burning out long before you consciously notice a single physical symptom. It's crazy. Next is the expressive self. This is how we show up to the outside world. It's the words we choose in texts, the images we post, the digital communities we join and hang out in. Every single digital action you take becomes a powerful signal for the expressive self, which helps AI build a highly detailed portrait based purely on what you repeatedly do online. Now, notice the massive gap between human intention and digital behavior. Consciously, we all kind of wear a mask, right? We might believe we are one type of person, but sometimes our actual digital footprints tell a completely different story. And here's the thing. Algorithms do not care about your intentions or what you claim to believe. They exclusively measure your raw behavior. They know you by your actions, plain and simple. Finally, we have the reflective self. This is the deepest part of us. It's that inner voice that asks those difficult existential questions like, who am I? What do I truly value? Or who am I becoming? The reflective self handles all our most complex personal growth. But things take a very dark turn when AI starts intercepting and answering those exact questions for us, essentially feeding us ready-made identities before we even get a chance to figure them out for ourselves. Let's look at Section 3, the illusion of choice. We all love it when a streaming app starts recommending movies or music that perfectly match our exact mood. It feels incredibly helpful at first. But slowly, our genuine curiosity is replaced by pure convenience. Instead of genuine discovery, where, we explore the unexpected, we question our own assumptions, reflection just becomes a recommendation. Our profound life choices are quietly reduced to mere suggestions on a glowing screen. So the absolutely crucial point here is that when an algorithm perfectly matches our personality, we actually lose the opportunity for that reflective self to grow. The more accurately AI predicts what we want, the less often we are forced to step outside our comfort zones. We just stop surprising ourselves. And this creates a really insidious, unseen loop. AI doesn't just observe your identity, it actively influences it. Think about the flow here. First, a recommendation changes your real-world experience. Then, those new experiences actually alter your memories. Following that, those modified memories reshape your overarching identity. And finally, that new identity dictates your future choices. Little by little, step by step, the mirror begins to shape the person standing in front of it. Which brings us to Section 4, Reclaiming Your Identity. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. The big takeaway here is that technology is not destiny. AI isn't necessarily controlling us, provided we stay engaged. If we remain deeply aware of how these systems work, AI can be an incredibly empowering tool. It can educate us, support our daily routines, expand human creativity to entirely new heights, and help us solve problems we literally never could have imagined before. To keep AI in its proper place as just a tool, we have to firmly anchor ourselves to this simple, undeniable truth. Predictions are not identity. Recommendations are not purpose. Algorithms do not define who we are. We have to draw a hard line in the sand between a machine's data points and our own human soul. According to the Self Harmonization Theory, our psychological well-being absolutely depends on keeping these three selves, the bodily, the expressive, and the reflective, integrated and in harmony. The real danger only pops up when we allow an algorithm to make our choices, shape our expression, and effectively outsource our deepest, most personal reflections to a machine. We have to actively protect our human nature. And you know what that means? It means deliberately breaking the algorithm from time to time. Go read a book that wasn't recommended to you. Take a walk without a smart device tracking every single step. We have to fiercely guard the most beautiful, uniquely human ability we possess, the ability to change, to evolve, and to become someone completely unexpected. Because in the end, the true question for the AI age isn't whether machines can know us. They clearly can, and they're only going to get better at it. The real question we want to leave you with today is this. As the machines get smarter, will we continue doing the hard, messy work of exploring the deepest parts of ourselves? Or will we just let the algorithm do it for us? Will we continue knowing ourselves? Something to think about.